ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Okay, so I'm going to speak about Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra. Glories of Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra. But before we start, we have to offer obeisances. Om Ajnanat Imirantasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, so I got this service to speak on glories of Lord Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, and I think it's first Rath Yatra of Charlotte. Oh,
there was a Rath Yatra done by one of the devotees in 2004-2005. Grand scale on the road.
अच्छा. भक्ति चारू महाराज. Okay.
Atlanta's Jagannath ji came here.
अच्छा. Oh. Anyway, congrats to all of you. This is your first yatra. Yeah. After 10 years. 10 years, na? See. So you are all founder acharya of Rath Yatra in Charlotte, all of you. That's good. Jagannath, he gave us opportunity to serve him in that capacity. But we should know who is Jagannath, who is Subhadra, and who is Baladev, whom we are carrying. We are not supposed to carry him; he will carry us. But somehow we are carrying him. That is why his name is Jagannath. Why he is called Jagannath? Because one meaning is Jagannath. Jagat means word, Nath means master. Who is a master of the entire word. Master means who controls his word, who maintains his word. This is one meaning. But there is another meaning. There is a general meaning which everybody knows. If you go to Odisha, everybody says Jai Jagannath. Everybody knows. Oh, he's Swami. But if you read Prabhupada books in Krishna book and also Jiva Goswami has written a book on Sanskrit. And everybody knows what's the name? Any guess? Okay, no guess. Jiva Goswami was Sanskrit scholar. You know, no? You know? He was like Prabhupada, or Prabhupada was like him. He was Sanskrit scholar. He was manager. Big manager. He used to manage all temples left by Rupa Goswami. And then he was a good cook. He was a painter. And he knew how to make deities. And also he was also corresponding with all the devotees in Vrindavan and other devotees here and there. So he was like all rounder, like Prabhupada. Prabhupada was same, no? He had all skills, all capabilities. Sometimes I think that probably Prabhupada is Jiva Goswami. It's just my thought. So Jiva Goswami is writing a book, Harinam Amrit Vyakran. If you get a chance, just see that book once. It's good to see books which are left by our acharyas, isn't it? It's good to know what is.
Prabhuji, one request.
Huh?
Can we keep you in the middle and we can sit all around you?
Oh, I am Krishna. Okay, so what I was talking that Jiva Goswami has written this book Harinam Amrit Vyakran. It's on Sanskrit because Sanskrit was the most common textbook of Sanskrit is Panini. You know Panini? Oh, that scholar very easy. He knew Sanskrit yesterday.
No, Panini we know the Panini.
नहीं मैं कह रहा हूँ वो आया नहीं था वो.
Joy. He is not here.
So that Panini Vyakaran. So Jiva Goswami, what he did was he retranslated Panini into Krishna's names. Same grammar but all full of Krishna's names. It's excellent. If you read Panini grammar, you can simultaneously remember Krishna and learn Sanskrit. It's good. So he wrote 3 books on grammar. one big Harinamrit Vyakaran Brihat, then one Madhya, and then one small. So people can learn some. In the, yesterday I was talking about Vedic College, what we are opening. In that we will teach that Panini. Harinamrit Vyakaran, Jiva Goswami. So there he has written a commentary, and he writes the meaning of Jagannath in that book. And he says, see, in this material world, the meaning of Jagannath is different. In Vaikuntha, meaning of Jagannath is different. In Golok, it is different. Same name, but different meanings. Krishna has infinite names with infinite meanings, but his even one name will carry infinite meanings. That is Krishna. So, what is the meaning of Jagannath? In this material world, Jagannath means who is the Nath of Jagat, who is controller and maintainer of this world. That's okay. In Vaikuntha, if you ask some Vaikuntha person, if you call him, if you have number, you can call him on your cell. You ask, okay, what's the meaning of Jagannath? He will tell you some different meaning. Can you guess what he'll tell? Vaikuntha person. What's the meaning of Jagannath for Vaikuntha person?
He is the master of spirituality.
Okay. Yeah, but I want some interesting answer. Krishna is interesting. You have to give some interesting answer. See, you have to give answer. You see, when you are answering no, you have to remember that Krishna is hearing you. You are not telling me. Only. So, Krishna is interesting. Krishna is Rasik Shekhar, isn't it? That's word given by Rupa Goswami. He is Rasik Shekhar. He likes enjoyment. That's why he is here in this park, no? He wants to enjoy this park or whatever. He wants to have fun. We are not here to have fun, but he wants to have fun, so okay, come, have fun. So he wants to hear something, should have fun, it should have bliss. It should not be a simple answer. That's okay, but some interesting answer. That's what I want. Okay, what Vaikuntha person will say? Any guess? Anything?
A friend who is very good.
Friend who is very good, okay.
Narayana.
Huh?
Yeah, kind of boss of everything. Because he's the opulence and all.
Yeah, maybe.
Everybody, the deities are there in the Narayan form, right?
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
400.
Yeah, 400, yeah. But what's the meaning of Jagannath? You're asking the meaning of Jagannath to him.
Universal.
That material word person will tell, no? That is our conception. What is their conception? What is their perception? That's what I'm asking. Their perception of God will be a little different. That's why they are there and we are here. If we have same perception, then we'll be there, no? Devotion is...
City, right? Four kind of city.
The meaning of Jagannath, I'm asking.
Is my Lord or...
According to Vaikuntha people, for them, who is Jagannath? Jagannath is a lord of Vedas. For them, Vedas. For them, Jagat means Vedas. Scriptures. Because they are all the rishis in Vaikuntha, all of them are glorifying Krishna according to Vedic hymns. Isn't it? All of them. You go to South India, you see Vishnu temples. Vishnu is lying and the small deities there in front of them. Bhrigu Muni, Kashyap, they are all standing like this, no, praying. So everybody just glorifies Krishna, Vedas, according to Vedic hymns. So that is why Sanatana Goswami wrote a book, Brihad Bhagavatamrit. Have everybody read? It's nice, no? There's one devotee, Gopal, who goes to Vaikuntha. He was here, but he goes to Vaikuntha. Actually, he's friend of Krishna, but he somehow lands in Vaikuntha. So there he was standing and all rishis were glorifying Vishnu. Oh, you are Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Yada Pashyanti Suraya. They were glorifying Rig Ved mantras. So this person Gopal. Huh? Sorry. Thank you. I just got confused. Yeah, Gop Kumar. Yeah. Yes, Gop Kumar. So he told that rishi, what are you doing? He's my Krishna. And then he started singing Govinda, 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 and all those rishis, they just caught him. Come here, what are you doing nonsense here? Don't have to sing like that. You have to speak mantras. So they just, some rishi, they got to hold his mouth, pulled him, grabbed him and he told, we'll hit you, don't do like this, don't mess up around here. Then he told, come on, am I Krishna, He told, come on, he's Vishnu. So he told, well, the face is same. He's the same person. So they told, then Vishnu saw. And then he told, what's happening around here? Of course, Then Vishnu told, okay, forget it, He asked Gopkumar, see, I know that you like Krishna. And you are in Vaikuntha. So you're not feeling so comfortable. Everybody is chanting Vedas and all those. You want to sing glories of Krishna like we are singing. You go to Golok. So that comes in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. And there Sanatana Goswami says, Jagannath, for Vaikuntha people, Jagannath means Lord of Vedas, who is glorified by Vedas. Okay? For them, universe is not important as Vedic scriptures. That is more important. That only counts. Because when universe is destroyed, Bible says, there was word. You have read first line? Initially there was word. And from word came everything. That's Vedas also. There was sound. From sound came everything. That sound is scriptures. Okay. Now if you call Golok, you can call. You have some phone number or what. And you ask Golok people, what's the meaning of Jagannath? What they will tell. According to them, what's the meaning of Lord Jagannath? Suppose if you call and suppose Yashoda Ma picks up your phone. And you ask her, my dear Yashoda Ma, what's the meaning of Jagannath for you? What she'll tell?
Master of enjoyment. Master of enjoyment.
Okay, you can say, yeah. What's the meaning of Jagannath?
Vishnu or Narayan. He would say Krishna.
For them, material word, they don't think about material word.
It's prema?
Yes. No, what's the meaning of Jagannath? The word meaning of Jagannath.
He's their Lord or Jagat is
He is whose Lord?
their Lord. I mean, whoever is there in Goloka.
So, it's not interesting, no? That's some simple. That's not there in Vrindavan. Lord of Vrindavan?
He said Lord of
In Golok, they don't treat him
Lord
like
of
God,
Vedas,
right?
so that it goes like that. Lord of Vrindavan, Lord of our heart.
Actually, I think this you can't guess. It's difficult. Clue? Clue, okay, I'll give you clue. Yeah, this is good. Okay, yeah. मगर उसका टाइम भी होगा 30 seconds से ना फिर बजर हो जाएगा. So 30 seconds for you and I'll give you one clue. So whatever is the meaning of Jagannath in this material word, spiritual word is ulta. So now this is one meaning. Material word is reflection of spiritual word. This is ulta. So that is upside down. So now tell me. Now your time begins now. Oh, I don't have time.
It's difficult.
Where is watch? Watch here.
Time starts.
Yeah. Time starts now.
So here he is Lord of Universe. There is we are Lord. There is no we are no Lord.
They have to take care of him.
Oh,
Because he is not treated as Lord in the
the
Golok
one I
Vrindavan.
feed off.
What?
He's Lord.
You feed Jagannath.
फिर उल्टा क्या
5
हो गया?
seconds left.
Like you
Yeah,
offer
Prabhuji,
food
more
to
clue,
Jagannath.
we are so dumb.
Done. Finish हो गया. Okay. चलो, I'll tell you, no problem. More clue. If I give a clue, answer ही आ जाएगा. So ठीक है, इस meaning को उल्टा कर दो. So here Jagannath means who is the master controller of this word. In Vrindavan, Jagannath means who is controlled by this word, who is controlled by the word. That is the meaning. उल्टा है. जो जगत के नाथ है यहाँ पर ये है, वहाँ पे उल्टा है, जिसके नाथ जगत है. किसी को हिंदी आती है, so you can understand me. So how does that go? So here he controlled this material world. In Vrindavan controls Krishna. In Vrindavan is a word, and Krishna is under control of Vrindavan. That is Jagannath. Actually, this Jagannath, he is our Jagannath. He is under control of Yashodama, Nand Baba. Isn't it? So it becomes ulta. That is Jagannath there. This different conception, fully different conception. So Prabhupada says in Krishna, Prabhupada says one of a lecture that see, people want to become controlled by Krishna, but we want to control Krishna. Prabhupada says, you have heard that? Just like Nand Baba controls. Mayavadis want to merge with Krishna, but we want to become father of Krishna and we'll control Krishna. This is Vrindavan. If you want to go to Vrindavan, you have to learn how to control Krishna, but how do you do that? There's just one way. How do you do that?
Love.
Yeah, that's love. So why do you want to control him? Why do you want to control him? First of all. Oh yeah, he enjoys to be controlled. We don't want to control him because we want to control him. We want to control him because we want to give him enjoyment. Yeah, we want to give him happiness. That is why we are pulling Jagannath. Although he pulls entire world. But we are pulling because we are having conception of Vrindavan. You get my point? So we are pulling him. And he likes that. Somebody is pulling me. So we are not Vrajvasis, but we are following in their footsteps. That is the meaning of pulling. That's what we are doing here. So that's why your pulling is connected to the meaning of word Jagannath, but that meaning is from the conception of Vrindavan, not from the conception of this material world. Okay, you got this point? This is very nice and deep meaning. So, okay, I'll ask you one more question. Why Jagannath has so big eyes? Anybody knows? You want to see? Why?
What they're doing. We want to magnify whatever little bit we have.
Okay, that's one thing. That's one.
Naji wants to see even a single good good quality in this devotee.
That's why it's big eyes. Then he will see a single fault also. Yeah, you can't hide. Then what do you do?
No, Rangannath is closing his eyes because he doesn't want to see.
What about Jagannath then? That you are okay. You are okay. Just nearby you are. Yeah. Good.
I heard one lecture from Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj, and he said he is in separation mode of Radha.
Yeah. That's of course. Okay, give me some. Not that will come. That is last answer. Separation. Good.
He is very ecstatic because in that Leela, when he was hearing the...
Okay, this is one answer.
So he became very ecstatic, so his eyes became big.
Okay, he became ecstatic and separation. He was feeling separation, so his eyes got dilated or eyelids. It became. But the point is, Krishna could have stopped that also, isn't it? But he anyway let his eyes go up. Whatever Krishna does, there is some reason behind it. It's not random. And one thing remember, Lord Rama. When happened that Sugriv and Rama was there, they met. Then Sugriv told Rama, "Okay, you kill Bali for me." So Rama told, "Okay, I'll kill." So Sugriv thought, let's test him because Bali is so strong. Bali was very strong. Bali could defeat Ravan like this. So once Ravan came and to fight with Bali was taking bath and he didn't have time. Ravan was challenging him, so Bali caught him by his hand. And Ravan was shouting, and he just caught him for an hour and he did all his Gayatri and everything and he was just stuck there. And then Bali every day he used to go to all 4 dham. 4 dham nahi hai? Badrika Ashram in north. No, that is 4 dham of north. 4 dham of Badrinath in north, east Jagannath Puri, south Rameshwaram, and west is Dwarka. 4 dham. So he used to go all 4 dham in one day. So he took Ravan and he made a jump from Jagannath Puri to Badrinath with Ravan in his Ravan was shouting like anything and he did everything and then he let loose Ravan. He told Ravan, "You go, you're nonsense, I don't want to kill you, you just get back." So Sugriv knew Bali is strong. And he knew somehow that Ram is God. Hanuman might have told him, definitely. But anyway, he wanted to test. So he asked Ram, okay, what he did? 7 trees. So he asked Ram, we shoot arrows, and if you can, with one arrow, if you can drop all the 7 trees, it's definite you will be able to kill Bali. That's okay. So what Ram did, he shot an arrow. It went right through all 7 trees. They all fell down. Then what happened? Then that arrow went to Patal Lok. And there were big demons. And that arrow then killed those demons. And then it came up and went to one place where there were more Vetal. It killed all of them. And then it went to some heaven and it blessed demigods. And then it came back to Ram. It was just going like this. I don't know how it was doing. So why I'm telling you this? Because when whatever Krishna does, there's not just one reason. By one thing, by one activity, he accomplishes many tasks. That is God. He doesn't like to waste time. He is so busy man, no? He has to do so many things in less time. He has to satisfy so many devotees. So Krishna told gopis, see, you are more fortunate than me. So gopis told, why? You are Krishna and everybody praises you and everybody serves you. Krishna told, no. See, you have to only think about me. But I have to think about all of you. So I am more in anxiety. So for us it's easy job to serve Krishna. But for Krishna to serve us, Krishna is serving us, isn't it? If you ask Krishna, if you tell Krishna, you are blessing me, Krishna will tell, no, I am serving you. Because Krishna is the most humble, no? Krishna is the humblest of humblest. In his mind, Krishna thinks I am serving my devotees. In his mind, he doesn't think I am blessing them. We also think like that, no? Like all senior devotees, all great saints, when they bless anybody, they don't think I am blessing him. They think I am serving him. So Krishna will do many things by one activity, many tasks, accomplishes many tasks. He will not waste his time. So that's why I'm asking why Jagannath eyes are very big. One reason is separation. Krishna is feeling so happy by hearing about Vrindavan devotees. Isn't it? He's becoming happy? So when you become happy, then your eyes become like that. You've seen Prabhupada's video? When Prabhupada used to become happy, his eyes used to glow like that. So that's one reason. Is there any other reason? Many reasons should be there, no? He will not do there's only one reason. He will not do anything one. Okay, before you answer this question, let me ask you one question. What do you learn by this? Krishna is hearing about Vrindavan devotees and his eyes are glowing. His eyes are becoming big. It's nice, no? But what do you learn from this? He wants to hear? Yeah. He wants to hear more about? We learn from this that whenever Krishna hears about Vrindavan Vasis, he will become extremely happy. So what should be our job? So when you go in front of Jagannath, don't glorify Jagannath. Glorify his devotees. Because he will become more happy. You can glorify Jagannath, not bad idea. But if you want to give more happiness to Krishna, then you have to glorify his devotees. That's what he's teaching in this form. In this form he's teaching, many people come to glorify me. But those who glorify my devotees in front of me, I become very happy. So in front of Jagannath, you can sing Yashomati Nandan song. You have to make Jagannath remember about his devotees. That's the idea. You get my point? Tomorrow I'll tell in my seminar. When we chant Hare Krishna, you have to remember few points. One point is, so Narottam Das Thakur has written a book, Prem Bhakti Chandrika. You know this, we sing morning Shri Guru Charana Padma? Oh, I didn't sing long. You also don't sing daily, no, all of you? Yeah. You sing daily? Okay, good. I didn't sing, yeah. So Shri Guru Charana Padma, if you, that song is from this book, Prem Bhakti Chandrika. Or Prathana maybe. Nahi, Prathana. So in that book, Narottam Das Thakur writes, Radhika Charana Renu, Radhika Name Gai, Krishna Name Paye. If you sing Radha's name, then you achieve Krishna. If you sing Krishna's name, then you achieve Radha. Simple. So when we chant Hare Krishna, what we are doing actually, when we are chanting Krishna, when we are chanting Hare, whom we are planning to, for whom we are chanting Hare? No, Krishna, remember. That's the idea. That's what Jagannath is teaching. That's what Jagannath. When you chant Hare, you are making Krishna hear Hare. Always remember. There is some higher conception, but when you are chanting Krishna, then you are making Radha hear Krishna. Then they will become happy. More happy. Best happiness. That's what it is happening, no? Krishna was hearing about Radharani and he became happy. That is why we are reading this. We are not hearing these pastimes just for enjoyment. Krishna through these pastimes is teaching us how to serve him. It is not just to have bliss. It is blissful, but we have to learn how to serve him. And he is teaching us, okay, when you chant Hare Krishna, when you chant Hare, remember Krishna. When you chant Krishna, remember Radha. It might be difficult for you to do now, but that's the ultimate conception. That's the ultimate conception. So, isn't it? When you're chanting Hare Krishna, you are hearing Hare Krishna, no? We are hearing. But actually what we are doing? If you, okay, let me ask. If suppose you go to a king, and that king asks you, okay, chant some songs, and you sing some songs, then you're singing for whom? Okay, you're making him hear song, no? So when you're chanting Hare Krishna, what you are doing? You are making Krishna hear his holy name. Otherwise, what you are chanting, it's what you are doing. You are chanting and hearing yourself. Then that's not glorification. That is, you are sitting in one room alone, singing for yourself. Krishna is telling what's happening, you know. I am here. You are supposed to make me hear. And you are trying to focus that whether I am hearing or not. Get my point? So when you are chanting Hare Krishna, you have to remember two things. You are hearing, and also, if you delete that point, your chanting is waste. It's not waste, but you can't achieve perfection by that chanting. Because then that's not Kirtan. That's only Shravanam. You're not doing Kirtan. You have to make Krishna hear his holy name. Krishnendriya Priti Vancha. You know this, no? Oh, you don't know this verse? Atmendriya Priti Ichha Dhare. Atmendriya Priti Ichha Tare Boli Kam. Krishnendriya Priti Vancha Dhare Prem. To satisfy the senses of Krishna, that is devotion. We have heard this or not? So, when we are chanting Hare Krishna, then we forget that. To satisfy senses of Krishna, that is devotion. Okay, now I will chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, and I am trying to hear. That's nice. What about senses of Krishna? What about ears of Krishna? You are giving pleasure to the ears of Krishna. That's the idea. So Prabhupada says, if you read Prabhupada books, Prabhupada says in Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, he says there in one of the purport that it is natural psychology. I have not got exact quote, but I'm just paraphrasing. It is natural psychology for everybody to hear his name. If I take anybody's name, he'll become happy, isn't it? Anybody? What's your name? Huh?
Mahadev.
Mahadev. Okay. If I chant Mahadev, 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 see, he's becoming happy, no? Automatic. Everybody, it's natural. it automatically will become happy. You try any experiment. Just chant anybody's name, he'll start becoming happy. 2 minutes, he'll become not 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Even if he doesn't want to become happy, he'll become happy. You do any experiment. Let's try one more, isn't it? What's your name? Srinivas. Okay, if I chant Srinivas, 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 Srinivas. It's coming. See, he got happy. In Dharma Shastra it is said, if you don't take husband's name, he'll become happy. Husband is not supposed to be called by name. Traditionally, not in modern setup. Traditionally, if you call husband by his name, that's offense. You can't do that. So that is some different situation. But maybe. So Prabhupada says it is natural for everybody to hear his name and be happy. And same principle applies to Krishna, because we are soul and he is super soul. Nityo Nityananam. We are living entity, he is supreme living entity. All psychology what we have, that is there with Krishna. In fact, everything is coming from Krishna. So that's why when we chant Krishna, Krishna, Krishna will become happy, immediate. But we have to make him hear his name. Otherwise, doesn't go. So from now, when you chant, just remember this. Just remember this. When you're chanting tomorrow or today, if you take beat back, remember, I am hearing, and also who is hearing? Where is Krishna? Yeah. Where is he? Yeah. When you close your eyes, remember, this sound is going through my ears, and in the ears of Krishna is here. Remember that. And that is why when we chant, generally in Shastra it is said you have to hold beat bag like this. You read Hari Bhakti Vilas. Generally, if you sit, then you're supposed to chant like that. Why? Because we have to keep beads near the heart. Because Krishna is near heart, we have to remember him. It is said. So, like generally devotees can chant like this. That you can do, but system is not like that, because if you chant like this, then it's okay, practical, not bad. But technically, then your beat bag is below navel. And anything goes below navel, that becomes contaminated. That's Shastras. Below navel, man is impure. Above navel, man is pure. That's scriptures. We are impure below navel. So, that is why we keep beat bag like this. We remember. And we remember when we are chanting Hare Krishna, sound is going through my ears, in my heart. And then in my heart, it's going in Krishna's ears, and Krishna is becoming happy. That is real chant. Then you try, and you'll become, immediate you'll get ecstasy. Because if you make Krishna hear his name, if Krishna becomes happy, you'll become happy. If you try to be happy, you'll never become happy. Never. It's impossible. And if Super Soul becomes happy, soul will automatically become happy. You can't stop your happiness if Krishna becomes happy. So that is why today we'll sing in front of Jagannath, Hare Krishna. So we are making him hear. Jagannath, please hear your name. So he'll become so happy. So that is why Jagannath's eyes is. See, Jagannath is teaching by his big eyes this secret. How to give him happiness. We are not hearing pastimes of Jagannath just to enjoy. No, it's not a drama. Krishna is not here to do drama. That, oh, it's nice. It's nice. But he is trying to give us instructions. That is why if you read Vedanta Sutra, there is one sutra. Na prayojanatvat. Krishna will not do anything without prayojan. Prayojan means? Yeah, any purpose. He will not do anything, any purpose. So he is giving, by his big eyes, he is giving enjoyment to Vrajvasis. By his big eyes, he is giving instructions to us. Simultaneously. And by his big eyes, he is doing one more thing. What? Tell me.
Looking at all the sins.
Okay, yeah, that may be. Any sins and any good qualities, yeah. Sins, yeah. But actually, Krishna doesn't have it to see sins. That's one thing. He will see, but he will not see. He will see and he will ignore. If you ask Krishna, did you take notice? I was doing some nonsense thing. Krishna will tell, yeah, I didn't notice. Even though he's noticing. For a devotee. For a devotee, he will tell this. Just like children, we know they are doing nonsense. When child will come, we'll say, oh, you're so nice. We know he's nonsense. But we will not tell him. So like that, Krishna is like that. He will not tell us. He doesn't want to discourage us. But he is doing one thing by his big eyes. He is seeing us. You know why? Because if he closes his eyes, we'll die. We'll die. Because this entire world is sustaining because of vision of God. If he closes his eyes, he's opened up his eyes to give us opportunity to serve him. That's why it's so big eyes. He is trying to nourish our devotion by his big eyes. That's the idea. That's the idea. According to quantum physics, one of the theories that speculations, if because God is seeing this word, that is why it is manifested. According to quantum, that's some physics, some theory, speculation. And that makes sense. Prabhupada says, I'll give you an example. Suppose we can see this tree. Everybody can see. Why? How? By your eyes? It's not complete answer.
Light.
By your eyes and also sun. Both. What is more important? Light. Because if light is not there, even if your eyes is perfect, you can't see anything. You can't do anything. So sunlight is more important. But with the help of sunlight, we see through these eyes. But we forget sunlight. And we think, I am seeing. This is illusion. Similarly, when we are seeing this word, we forget, we think I am seeing. But we forget that the source of my sight is Jagannath. Because he is seeing this word, that is why I am able to see. If he closes his eyes, we will not be able to see anything. If sun goes out, finish. Darkness. Krishna closes his eyes, there will be darkness inside us. You can't see anything. But we forget, no? So Krishna opens his eyes so that we can advance in devotion. He can nourish us. We can see everything. And we can learn many things. He is Jagannath. He is intelligent. So that is why he has big eyes. There are some 20 reasons more why his eyes are big. We can discuss, but I'm not going to discuss on that. But it's beautiful. And one thing is this separation. He's feeling separation from his devotees. So his eyes are so big. So whenever we see Jagannath, we become very happy, isn't it? But we also become little sad. You know why? Because he's feeling separation from his devotees. He's feeling separation from all of you devotees. He's feeling separation or not? Why?
Why is feeling separation?
Just like you feel separation from your kid. So we are his child. We forgot he is our parent. But he never forgets you are his child. So he feels separation. So he wants us to be back. Although we don't want to go back. So in form of Jagannath, he is inviting us. Come to me. I am ready. Are you ready? Question is this. I am ready. You have gone to Pandharpur? Anybody has gone to Pandharpur? Have you gone? It's there is one deity, Vithalji. You know Vithalji? Vitthal, he's like this, Vitthal. So there people say Krishna in that form, he is like this. He is waiting for... Oh yeah, that Tirupati Balaji. Sorry, he is like this. So he is waiting for devotees to come to him. He is waiting.
Something like we are bored and we are waiting for something.
So we do like this, no? Okay, where is he? So like that. Krishna is waiting. So Krishna waits for us. So we are not supposed to make him wait. That is why we should try to go to him as soon as possible. Go to him. Not for us, but for him. I told. So Jagannath is waiting. So by pulling Jagannath, today we'll pull. Pulling means we are trying to pull him in. Yeah. Okay, our heart. But your heart is unclean, no? So why do you want to pull him in unclean thing? Too low. Krishna is not washing machine, no?
But there is nothing we can do. We just.
But we don't want to invite Krishna in an unclean place, no? So that is why while pulling we have to chant Hare Krishna. While pulling, don't just keep quiet. So do chant Hare Krishna today. Otherwise, there is no point of pulling. You will pull and invite Krishna into your dirty heart, and then Krishna will become more displeased. So that's why Mahaprabhu says you have to make your heart cool and clean. Gundicha margin. Clean and cool. Clean means clean of all desires. Cool means, what does cool mean? Oh, cool in America is be cool. That's not cool. That means take it easy. But cool means that you have to first clean your heart by all desires, and cool means you have to be in a happy mood to invite Krishna, isn't it? How to be in happy mood? By doing devotion. Then you'll feel. So you're not in front of Krishna. You're not supposed to become sad. That is one of our service. Many devotees ask me, "See, I have a problem. There's so much tension. This, that. What to do?" You know why? Because they don't know. Oh, somebody asked me. Yeah, I think there was one devotees meeting. They asked me, "Have you become depressed in your life?" So it's been 20 years I'm in ISKCON. So they asked me, within 20 years did you become depressed? I told I never became depressed. So they told, wow, what is this? They told this, you're crazy, you never became depressed. I told, see, whenever I become depressed, then I immediately don't become depressed. I become happy because it is my service to become happy. If I become depressed, then who will become depressed? Krishna. Krishna can't see his devotees sad. Just like parents can't see their child sad. So it is one of our service to always be happy. Even though we are in extreme problems. That is a devotee. Brahmbhuta. What's that verse? Prasannatma. It is not that Krishna give us mercy and we'll become happy. No. That is your service to become happy, and then mercy will come. It is ulta. Ulta hai wo. Krishna, I am so sad. Give me mercy, I'll become happy. So, Krishna will say, you first become happy, then I'll give you mercy. It is your service to become happy. Never become sad. Even though you might have, definitely it's natural to become sad when you have problems and anxiety. It's natural, you can't avoid it. Keep it in your heart, somewhere. And be happy. And it is also service to devotees. If you become sad, then there's another devotee will also become sad. Prabhu, what happened? I came to program and you are sad and I have become sad. So what? This is complete nonsense. We have to be happy. We have to be happy to make others happy. So you see Jagannath, he's happy also, no? He's smiling. He's teaching us. Jagannath is feeling extreme sorrow in separation of Brajvasis, but still is happy. Why? Why his mouth is not like this? It should be like this, no? His eyes are big. Yashodama. But it's not like that. He's sad and he's happy. That's a funny combination. But it's like that. How? Because he's manifested this form in this word, no? So he's happy, so that when people come to him, they become happy. Yeah. You should not, I came to Krishna, I became sad, what is this? So he's keeping a smile on his face. Okay, to give mercy. So to preach and to give mercy, we should be happy. Keep sorrow in your heart. Don't manifest itself. That's all. No problem. So that is why he has smiled and big eyes. So this is about Jagannath. And what about Subhadra? What she is doing there? Who is Subhadra? You know who is Subhadra? Anybody can tell? Okay, good. Sister? Sister.
Arjuna's
Wife. Whose sister is Subhadra? Okay. Real sister? Real or cousin or what? I'm just asking. I ask people do not know. But when she was born?
After they came to Mathura.
To whom?
After whom means unka mata
No, mother. Or Rohini?
Devki.
You sure all of you?
नहीं वो तो संकर्षण बलराम जी
After Krishna,
She was born. She was born. But she, I think she just vanished.
No, that was not. That was like seventh child. Sixth. And seventh was Balram, then eighth. That was like, so that, so that was Durga when Kans killed her, no? Like that, all those things. But that was not Subhadra. Subhadra was born after Krishna. When Vasudev Devki came, you're right. She was born to Devki. She was the ninth child. We often hear Krishna is 8, but Subhadra was 9th. But the question is, Subhadra married to whom? Arjuna. And Arjuna is also relative of Krishna. Isn't it? So then how? Relatives. Kunti Maharani is Bua of Krishna. And Bua's daughter married son. And so it's in relationship, it doesn't make some sense. It's funny.
Their Gotra was different.
ठीक है. Okay. But I'm asking spiritual reason. Yeah, this is material, that's okay.
you know, all brother has a desire to whoever the best. Like, you know, if मेरे को मेरी
ऐसे थोड़े ना होगा.
लड़के का तो अर्जुन ही अच्छा था ना.
नहीं अर्जुन और वहां पे थोड़े ना ये सब चलेगा. Arjun, that's okay. Arjun went to heaven. Urvashi was proposing him. And he told Urvashi, you are my mother. He denied. Who can resist Urvashi? You can tell me. It is said if heavenly apsaras come here, if humans see heavenly apsara even for 1 second, they will get 10,000 volts current. Really? You will die. You have a heart attack. They said 10,000 volts. You'll die. It's just so beautiful. You can't hold their beauty. It's difficult. You will get a heart attack. So, who is Urvashi? Urvashi. She is the most beautiful heavenly damsel of Indra's court. We can't see Urvashi. So Arjun went and he denied flat. Urvashi never proposed to anybody. And she proposed to Arjun. Hey, Arjun told you, I'm my mother. So how can Arjun, attracted to this? And Subhadra, who is Subhadra? Tell me, who is Subhadra? Krishna is God, who is Subhadra? Okay, she is energy of Krishna. So, no internal energy, Subhadra. That's Mahamaya, no? This is Yoga Maya. She is one energy of Krishna. So why Subhadra is married to Arjuna? Why Krishna planned in such a way? I told you, whatever Krishna does, there's a teaching. He will not do anything. Even Krishna will blink his eyes, there's some teaching. He doesn't even blink eyes without any reason. Fools do things without any reason. That is a fool. Intelligent person will not do, a great person will not do anything without any reason. They'll not do. So, why Krishna married Subhadra with Arjuna? What's the reason?
We could see that universal form.
No. अच्छा मैं ही बता दूं. ठीक है कोई नहीं, बट मैं पता क्यों पूछ रहा हूँ. Why I'm asking? So that you start thinking. my whole purpose of 3 days is to make you think. Yesterday also I made you think. I took you a lot of time, I know. It was a little frustrating. But I want that you should think. Thinking is more important than hearing. If you don't think, then you don't advance. Okay, so why Subhadra married Arjuna? Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes in one of his songs. And he gives his reason. Subhadra is energy of Krishna. And Arjuna is Arjuna and Krishna were incarnation of Nara and Narayan, you know?
Yes.
So Arjuna is acting as Nara, as living entity, as human. Arjuna is a prototype of, he represents all humanity. Perfect man, Arjuna. Like Arjuna is like Superman, is perfect man. And Subhadra is energy of God. So Krishna married Arjuna with Subhadra to teach us that if you want to approach me, you have to first come through my energy. That's the idea. You have to link yourself with my energy first. And then you can approach me. Otherwise you can't approach me. That is why that marriage was arranged. You understand? You have to take shelter of Subhadra if you want to achieve Krishna. Otherwise it's impossible. So that's what he's teaching. That is why Subhadra is in middle. Baldev and she is in middle. She is important. She's a link between Krishna and us. We can't go. So, she is Yogmaya. She is Purnamasi, Yogmaya. Purnamasi in Vrindavan. Purnamasi. So that's Subhadra is very important for us. And then besides her is Baladev. Baladev, why is there? What is doing? What is doing there? Krishna and his sister. What?
He is protecting his brother and
Okay, you can say this. Yeah. You can say
Baldev
big
is
brother.
Powerful. He is very powerful.
So,
And his elder brother also.
so
He's serving Krishna all the time. So wherever Krishna is, he is there to serve him. Like Bhushan.
that's okay. But okay, one thing I'll tell you. Whenever Radha Krishna are there together, is Balram there? No, he is not there. Because he doesn't want to be there. His elder brother. What he will do when wife and husband of beloved and lover and beloved is there? Elder brother will go somewhere. He doesn't want to spoil the enjoyment. No? So Balram is never there. So sometimes he's not there. But here he is Subhadra. There's no Radha, but there's Subhadra and Krishna. So he is there, you know why? Because there's one verse Prabhupada quotes. Nayam atma pravachena na labhyo na bahuna na shrutena va. This is from Upanishads. Na ayam atma balhina na labhyo. This is from Taittiriya Upanishad. And this verse says, without Bala, you can't get Jagannath. Bala means power. And here power doesn't mean strength. Here power means the power of mercy. Bal in Sanskrit means two things. Strength of body and mercy. There's a power in mercy also. So Balaram, he is there so that we can get mercy to link ourselves to Subhadra, and then Subhadra will take us to Jagannath. That is why if you go to Jagannath Puri, Jagannath Rath Yatra, there are 3 carts. You've seen. First cart is Balram. Then next comes Subhadra, and then last comes Jagannath. You see that sequence. It's not out of place. Anna? So even seating also, Balram, Subhadra, Jagannath. It's not here, it's like this. One behind the other. So by Balram we get mercy. So always we... that is why Prabhupada installed Krishna Balram in Vrindavan. In between, so somebody asked him, why are you installing Krishna Balram? Prabhupada told, no. Balram is important. Especially for preachers, he is important. Especially in America, he is important. So much illusion. You need mercy, no? So that your mind is okay. Otherwise, so here Balram is very important. More than Jagannath. So Balram will give us mercy, Bal. And that is why he is Balram. Do you know any other meaning of Balram? What's the meaning of this word Balram? Anybody knows? Balram. This Bal and Ram. What that means? Why these two words? We never thought about that. Why? Ram is Ram's name, no? But this is Balram. Huh? Balram means, Balram is he in whose heart always Ram resides. He is Balram. Balram. In whose heart always Ram or Krishna resides. He is Balram. So, there are many meanings to Balram, but this is one meaning. So, we have all three. Balram, Subhadra, Jagannath, they represent mercy, service and love. Always remember, we have all three on the altar. Mercy is Balram, service is represented by Subhadra, and love, Jagannath. So we have all three. That is why Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, so nice to worship them. Radha, Krishna, you have only two things: love and service. But there's mercy is little missing. There's no Balram. There's little missing there. That is why this form is a most merciful form.
What about
Gaur Nitai? Gaur Nitai are the most merciful. Because Nityanand Prabhu, he is Balram. Chaitanya Prabhu is Radha Krishna. Gaur Nitai, they are more merciful. But Jagannath is their special mercy. It's also different. But anyway, you asked a question, so I'll tell you. When you see Jagannath, there's also Gaur Nitai there. You can't separate Jagannath from Gaur Nitai. It's impossible. Because who used to take darshan of Jagannath always? Chaitanya Prabhu. This is one reason why his eyes are big. I told 20 reasons. Because he wants to search, where is my Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He's searching for his Gaura. He is Krishna and Chaitanya Prabhu is in mood of Radha. He's searching for Radha. That's one reason. I told you there are 20 reasons. There's one reason. He's searching for Lord Chaitanya. Where is he? And where is he? He's not here, no? That is why in front of Jagannath, it is our duty to chant Gaur Nitai. As soon as you chant Gaura, Jagannath will see you.
Gauranga.
He'll see you. That is why we say Gaur Hari. We say like that. We chant. Jagannath will see, where this name Gaura is coming. Because he's searching for Gaura. And then today we can chant Gaur Nitai. Nitya Gaur Hari Bol. We sing that, no? And Jagannath sees. So, he likes that Gaura. So, that is why when you see Jagannath, you can't forget Gaura. Simultaneous. In this form, all forms are there. There is Jagannath, there is Gaura, there is Nityanand Prabhu, there is Subhadra, there is Baladev. All 10 incarnations. For Jagannath only Jayadev Goswami offered his song, Jaya Jaya Dev Hare. You know this, no? Pralaya Payodhi Jale Dritvan Asivedam Tavakara Kamla Vare Nakam. We sing. What is this called?
Ashtapadi number 1. Gita Govind.
Ashtapadi. Gita Govind also is. Yeah. So, this is offered to Jagannath. Because Jagannath is having all 10 incarnations. So, it's nice to worship Jagannath. It's good. Okay, so, Hare Krishna. Any questions? Or I was anyway asking you so many questions. By the way, any questions? Prabhu, where are... Oh. Yeah, afterwards. Okay, fine. If there's no questions, let's... Hare Krishna.